Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Quick Break Games, where we cover everything LEGO gaming, and this time we're continuing our LEGO Star Wars, the original trilogy, LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy series, where we're playing through the game before Skywalker Saga, and this time we're going to be doing Cloud City Trap and finishing up Episode 5, so it should be pretty fun. This is one of the best levels in the original trilogy game, so this should be a fun time here. So, Cloud City Trap, Chapter 5, barely a few weeks into his Jedi training with Yoda, Luke Skywalker has had a vision of his friends captured by Darth Vader. Against Yoda's advice, the, The impetuous young Jedi sets his X-Wing fighter on a course for Cloud City. Here he hopes to find Han Solo and Princess Leia, little guessing in his haste that he himself is the true target of Vader's trap. Alrighty. So that was written kind of weird, in my opinion, but okay, so we just pulled out from Dagobah, and now we're going straight to Cloud City, to Bespin, and it should be pretty fun here. So this is one of the best levels, I'd say, of this game, and one of the best cutscenes coming up here at the end, so it should be pretty good. So he lands with his X-Wing. I always thought this was kind of cool. So he jumps out. You can see right there, he's Luke Skywalker, parentheses, pilot version. And then, boom, no longer, he is now Luke Skywalker Bespin version. So, definitely interesting there how he just changes instantly his clothes. Okay, wasn't he already wearing the Bespin outfit in the movie? I can't remember now. I think he was already wearing it when he was in the ship, but I could be wrong. I'll have to go back and see that once again. Okay, so hacking that panel is going to create that platform, allowing us to jump across, but that won't be enough. Because we also have to take the wing of our X-Wing to build another ramp. So, sneaking Luke is just straight up just destroying his ship to get to the Vader. I just realized you can actually hear Vader breathing in the background. I never noticed that. You guys may not be able to hear it in the video because I have the volume turned down, but yeah, you hear faintly in the background Vader breathing. So it's very interesting. All right. So here we go, we got some stormtroopers here. Again, they're falling from the ceiling. I like how they just left that hole in the ceiling just so they're like, you know what, we need another infinitely respawning enemy section. And Luke, oh my goodness, dude, I know you're only a few weeks into your training, but dude, please stop missing the stormtroopers. So Luke can now do mind tricks on the stormtroopers, which is always fun. Alright, so we're gonna need to go over here. I guess since I'm wearing a headset playing this, I can really hear Vader's, breathing in the background. It's actually pretty crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and push this along here. This actually gives us a little platform to then build this gun. Okay, there we go. So you have to do things in the proper order here. And look at that. The infinitely respawning enemies return. I like Luke Skywalker's lightsaber moves. He's got some of the coolest, like that little spinning he does above his head when you're doing your special move. It's very cool. Okay, so we did all that. Let's go and use the force on this. Destroy this, and this might cause more enemies to spawn. It doesn't look like it. Okay, I think we're good. So there's more enemies through here. If you use the bounty hunter panel there on the left back there, that will actually give you access to a mini kit for this level. But of course, we're on story mode. We can't access all the mini kits in the level, so we're just going to ignore that. Plus, this is a 100% playthrough, so we don't really, or this is a 100% profile that we're playing on, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, here we go. It's Darth Vader himself. This time it's not a ghost. This is the legit Darth Vader. So what you have to do here is just damage him a couple times here, and that will cause him to go on these little black platforms on the ground, then switch to R2-D2. That will then cause him to start coughing, and then you can hurt him again, and rinse and repeat, basically. I always kind of like this fight, because I like how it incorporates look how he keeps does he actually jump every time? He almost jumps every time you do that. That's interesting. But yeah, I like this fight because it incorporates R2-D2 into the boss fight. They could have easily just made it so your co-op partner does nothing throughout the whole level, but no, they actually give him something to do. And I kind of appreciate that, because I imagine if you're playing co-op, you're pretty bored playing as R2-D2, but not in this fight, because you have to hack the panels and kind of help out whoever's playing as Luke, so that's always fun. Alright, so continuing on here, we now need to move across here, and what we have to do is we have to use R2-D2, pull him across, pick him up, and drop him over here, because even though R2-D2 can hover over gaps, that gap is actually too big for him, so just kind of be aware of that. Let's hack that panel. That will allow him to bring that platform over, allowing you to jump across. And so we actually need to go back here and get a Stormtrooper helmet, because to continue on we need a Stormtrooper panel. And there we go. And the Stormtrooper helmet just doesn't look right with without his like Stormtrooper outfit on, like what he used in episode 4 when he was disguising himself. But you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. And let's move over here, and this will allow us to get through here. Like how he like waves his arm. He's like, "Look, I'm a Stormtrooper." And alright, so this part you actually don't get to fight Darth Vader. He's just kind of running away from you. But I do like how the Darth Vader fight like takes up basically like this entire level. It's not just some brief little encounter that you have to do at the end of the level or something like that. Like you're kind of pursuing him or fighting him throughout the whole level. I think that's a cool feature of this. Let's go and hack this panel. That will allow us to progress across this huge gap. And look how Vader's just waiting for us on the other side. He's like, "I know you're coming. I know you're coming." Okay. So there we go. He does an impossible jump. Again, the AI, every time you encounter an AI Jedi, they always do these ridiculous jumps that you can't do when you're actually playing as them. It's so disappointing, man. Alright, so here what you want to do is stand on this platform that will allow R2-D2 to hover across, because I guess that platform is too high up. Normally, it didn't really look too high up though, did it? So I don't know what's going on there. Alright, so there we go. So now we can continue on, and yes, I just skipped that blue stud. We don't care about studs. I know I have to say that in like every episode of this series, but we don't. We just don't. Okay, this is probably the most annoying, my least favorite, oh man, we just got destroyed. My least favorite part of this level, because it's so drawn out, man. He sends in Stormtroopers after you. And again, that's kind of a pet peeve of mine, is when you're in a boss fight and they just send in random henchmen after you. Like, that's not the way, man. That's not how it should be. Alright. So what you want to do is you have to use R2-D2 once again. I mean, it makes good use of R2-D2. Like, he's always having to do something to help you out during the fight. But alright, so yeah, this process gets repeated a few times here. So you briefly fight. Really, most of the time is just spent trying to get Vader down from that spot up there. So basically, you take out 2 hearts of Vader. He jumps up there like a little coward. Then you have to fight a whole bunch of Stormtroopers again. What is it? That was just 3 Stormtroopers, and it sends in 2 more. Okay, it sends in another one. Oh, is it 6 Stormtroopers every time? So that's not a little amount, you know what I mean? And so now that he's on the right side of that platform, we have to get R2-D2 up there to hack it so that he can come down. And why can't I actually use this? Okay, here we go. Sweet. So we'll push this. That will allow R2-D2 to hack that panel to get Darth Vader to come down again. And then we're going to have to repeat the process all over again. And yeah, this section is just annoying. So yeah, like, we take out 2 of his hearts real fast. And then he's going to send in probably, what, 6 more Stormtroopers? But we actually don't have to take them out right now, because we can go ahead and hack this panel up here. So when you're pushing that platform, it's really hard to push it when you're getting Stormtroopers shooting at you, but in this case, we don't have to worry about it. Oh man, wow, he just backhanded me. He threw his lightsaber behind his back. Well, he didn't throw it, but he used it behind his back, and then he got me. He nailed me there. Alright, so let's take out these Stormtroopers one more time. I think this is the last time. I think it's 6 more. Alright, there we go. And now we have to lower the platform back down. At least the AI is pretty good. Like, look how good the AI is about getting on that platform with R2-D2. That's handy. So there we go. He's going to hack this down once again, and that will get Darth Vader to come down once and for all. He'll stop going up there like a coward. I like how the smoke like causes him to cough, though. It's kind of a joke about his, his breathing with his suit and everything. But alright. So now that part's out of the way, I'm glad we got that out. So now we're going on to where the fight stays pretty good. I mean, this part is kind of the same way, where you're fighting as henchmen again. And so here, I wouldn't even play as Luke. I would just play as R2-D2, go over here. And you'll have to do this, I think, twice. So yeah, it's a bit repetitive. This is probably the second worst section of the level, but not as bad as that part that we just did. So go ahead and finish off those Stormtroopers, and then switch back over to Luke, and you're going to want to force push. You need to be kind of quick about it. Force push these things back into Vader. Oh, whoa, he just did the backhand again, man. That backhand move is deadly. Hey, well, look at that. I thought you had to have a silver Lego object to destroy that panel on the ground there, but I guess you don't. That's actually for a mini kit, in case you guys didn't know. At least it was in the complete Saga version. I'm assuming it's the same here. But I think in my guide I said to use a... If you guys don't know, I do mini kit guides on the channel, and I think in my guide I said you had to use a silver... You had to like use a bounty hunter to destroy that platform on the ground, but Looks like you can actually just destroy it with a lightsaber. What do you know? Alright, so there we go. You think you take out Darth Vader, but no. He sends in 2 more of his troops. Like, man, it's ridiculous, man. He just relies on his troops so much during this fight. It's like there were no stormtroopers in the movie during this fight. Like, it was just Luke and Vader one-on-one. R2-D2 wasn't even there, but I can kind of understand R2-D2 because they had to have a character for co-op all the time, you know? Alright, so there we go. We finished him off for this section. Then you have to use the force on the glass to make a glass platform. Yes, I'm sure that's really sturdy. And here we go. This is the final section here coming up. Oh, man. I didn't realize. I forgot you had to hurt him here. So there we go. Use the force right here to make another little ramp for us. That will also allow R2-D2 to come up. And again, the easiest way, if you don't care about losing studs, like I don't really care right now, just keep doing the ground slam. Like, it'll take out Vader. And we're getting to the famous scene, one of my favorite cutscenes of the entire game, coming up here. And we're about to take him down. Use R2-D2 one last time. Here we go, the final duel. We're probably gonna die one more time, but we're just gonna keep slamming Vader. And oh man, right when I was about to finish him off, he got me. All right, that's it. Here we go. This is one of the best cutscenes in all of LEGO Star Wars right here. It's a little awkward there with the way the lightsaber combat looked, but it's not too bad. And all right, he loses his hand, and this is great. Instead of Luke, I am your father, he pulls out a picture from the prequels of Anakin and then the pregnant-looking Padme with the pregnant Lego piece, which I don't think is used anywhere else as far as I know. And so he's like, "No, I'm not your son." And then he falls off, and he falls into this little hatch, and this part that's coming up is great too. It's part of what makes this cutscene so great. And boom, boom. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's definitely the best cutscene in all of LEGO Star Wars. I love it. I love it. But anyway, that's the first level. Let's move on to level number 2, and we're gonna finish up episode 5 in this video, so it should be pretty good. Chapter 6, Betrayal Over Bespin. Let's do it. So, escaping from the rebel defeat on Hoth, Han Solo has sought sanctuary on Cloud City, high above the planet Bespin. His old friend Lando Calrissian is a barren administrator of this self-governing colony, and Han hopes for a warm welcome, but in this time of galactic upheaval, nothing is as it seems. Alright. So you kind of have that final boss, and then you have this extra level later on. That's not as climactic, it's mainly just kind of a blaster level, as we're about to see, but, you know, it's still fun. There we have the introduction of Lando into the LEGO Star Wars games. Like how he's like trying to hug him, and he just walks right past and goes straight to Leia. Oh man, that's great. And then she just walks right away. There's C-3PO. Wow, C-3PO looks kind of like, he almost looks silver there. Okay, he looks more gold there. His gold isn't as gold, I guess you could say. Like, it's missing the yellow tint. And oh no, there's Darth Vader. Wait a minute, wasn't this before? Was that that wasn't after he fought Luke, was it? I don't know. I feel like some of the ordering is a little bit weird. Alright, so there we go. Leia has her new hairstyle. And here we go. This is where Han Solo becomes carbonite, or frozen in carbonite. And I guess, hopefully the Han Solo frozen in carbonite becomes a playable character in Skywalker Saga. Because apparently, you can, like, if you have the PC version of this game, or maybe it was the complete saga, it seems like TT Games was originally going to have the carbonite Han Solo, like, as a playable character. Like, I think he would be, like, kind of like Gonk Droid, where he's kind of a useless character that can't do much, but I think he was going to be in the game playable, and for whatever reason they cut him out. Hopefully they finally add him back in the Skywalker Saga. Alright, so this is kind of a cool section here where you're doing a little bit of a chase through Bespin, and we'll get the blue stud. I'll get the blue stud to make you guys happy. Man, like every time I miss a blue stud, somebody always points it out. Okay. So here we go, we have a little mini boss fight with 5 hearts for Boba Fett. It's not too hard, just keep shooting at him. You shoot at him, that makes him fall to the ground. So I guess when you shoot at him in the sky, it doesn't actually hurt his health, but when you punch him on the ground, and right when you're about to actually kill him, he just runs away like a little coward. Man, all these bosses are cowards, man. They just run away after you're about to kill him, like, come on. I like how in the cutscene he uses a bounty hunter panel. I guess maybe they're trying to show, like, to the player that bounty hunter panels are a thing, because they definitely weren't a thing, you know, in the previous game. Alright, let's continue on here. And I know I'm dying a lot. Like, I don't really care about how much I'm dying. Like, I'm just really just trying to experience these levels again leading up to Skywalker Saga, so that we can kind of speculate on what they're going to do with Skywalker Saga and things like that. So once again, I have not seen the trailer. This is probably going to be the last episode I record before we were supposed to get news at the end of August. I know it's like September by the time you guys are watching this, but this should be the last one before the news comes, or the gameplay trailer, I believe. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to talk about it in the future parts. And there goes R2-D2 and more stuff. Like how that stormtrooper just like hit the other stormtrooper. But alright, let's continue on. And whoa, the frame rate just dropped there for a second. And we have a section coming up where we need R2-D2, I think, because there's a bunch of smoke, some deadly smoke for whatever reason that R2-D2 is immune to. And here we get to play as Princess Leia Bespin version. She's got kind of the long hair. Definitely a unique look for Leia. She doesn't have the classic, you know, Episode 4 hairstyle. Alright, so now we need C-3PO, and I believe to get C-3PO, we need R2-D2 again. Okay, you might as well just keep playing as R2-D2 after you hack that smoke panel, because you need to begin over here. Because we have to rescue C-3PO in this level. Which is something you don't actually have to do if you're playing free play mode. Look at these Ugnaughts. Kill these Ugnaughts, just slap them. And so yeah, there's the legs of C-3PO, and to get the other parts, what we have to do here. So you actually have to push this into place to power up the thing. And I kind of like this, how you actually have to build one of the characters you're about to play as. I think that's kind of unique. You don't see that too often in the LEGO games. And here we go. So again, we're using the sliding mechanic. And now we're using the pull handle mechanic. Were there any handles you had to pull in the first game? I don't think there were. Maybe there were. I can't remember now. Yeah, I think there were. But I don't think they were as common as this game. Alright, here we have C-3PO again. He doesn't look as gold in this game as he does in Complete Saga, I don't think. Or even the first LEGO Star Wars. Alright, let's go ahead and hack this panel. That will then open this door so we continue on. Kill these Imperial officers. We're trying to get out of here. Save Han Solo. Okay. I like these kind of hallways. Like, these are kind of like how the game kind of leaves it open. Like, there's only one way you're supposed to go, then it gives you these two options. Like, there's an elevator there and another elevator there. Of course, we can only go up one on story mode because we don't have a bounty hunter character, but still, I like how it opens up the level a bit for you. And I think we actually need a Stormtrooper helmet, which I think was back here. And wow, these guys just gonna keep respawning. Like, really, they're gonna... Yeah, I think the Stormtroopers just keep respawning. That's awesome, man. Again, as you know, I love it when LEGO games have infinitely respawning enemies. It's a favorite feature. Look at that. They wait for you to open up. They wait for you to get the helmet, and then there's a Stormtrooper ready just to shoot you as soon as you get it. That's just wonderful. Okay, so now I'm not seeing the Stormtrooper spawn, so maybe there is a limit. Maybe it's not infinite. Alright, let's destroy these Stormtroopers. It's another big battle you have to do here, where I think they just keep respawning. Well, I don't think it's infinite here, but they do respawn quite a bit here. And you have to keep destroying them because basically you're waiting on the game to spawn a grapple point. Oh, look, there's a beach trooper. I like how they just throw little funny things like that. That's something you don't see in the newer LEGO games. Alright, there we go. So I like how the grapple point just kind of spawns from the sky. It's like they definitely did not want you skipping that combat section. But alright. So what we have to do here, we have to use this magnet to get C-3PO across. I don't think... Do we need to get R2-D2 across? I don't know. His AI is not bringing him over here automatically, so we'll just take him over here just in case. Because I can't remember if he can actually fly across there or not, but... Oh well, doesn't matter. So now we need to bring down this elevator to get the rest of the characters across. And you see a lot of that in these LEGO Star Wars, these early LEGO Star Wars games where you're doing things to get the characters to move across. I always thought that was kind of unique. Okay, sorry for that quick camera cut there. Let's continue on. And let's go ahead and hit this switch, and that causes the... It causes the conveyor belt to start up, but it also gets rid of the laser. Uh-oh. Come on, man. I guess I got off of it too soon. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we got those characters across. Let's continue on here. So basically, C-3PO is not going to be able to get past here because of that big thanks to... Oh! Come on, Lando. That was completely my fault. But okay. Let's go ahead and get R2-D2 across here. And basically the goal is we need to get C-3PO across because there is a C-3PO panel coming up here that we're going to need him to actually end off the level. So we're going to raise up these platforms. So now everyone's across except C-3PO. To get C-3PO across, you have to go up here, shoot this, which destroys that, which then allows C-3PO to continue on. So definitely some interesting puzzles. Again, they use there's a lot of puzzles in these games where you're just trying to solve how to get certain characters across to progress the level. I don't know, I think it's unique. I like it. I like it when you're trying to like work to figure out how do I get this character up here. I think that's pretty cool. But alright, so we're getting towards the end of the level here. We're just gonna try to get to the Millennium Falcon so that we can escape. And we have a few more, like a couple more puzzles to solve. Look at those stormtroopers. They were just waiting in those little like cubby holes on the side. That's funny. We need R2-D2. Where is R2-D2? Where is he? What? Wait, why is he way back? Where is he at? I'm walking all the way back here. Now more stormtroopers are spawning in because of the infinitely respawning enemy. Look. Okay, I moved him all the way back to where he's supposed to be. Man, for some reason he just decided to glitch, and he didn't want to follow me up to this this deadly smoke. But alright, so we got rid of that. So now we can move on across the smoke, where the smoke used to be at least, and solve this last puzzle of the level, and then we'll be good to go for episode 5. So what you want to do? Oh wow, the stormtroopers can actually follow you into these rooms. Wow. See, there's some rooms that the stormtroopers can follow you in, and there's other times where the enemies can't follow you. Okay, let's stand on these platforms. That will raise up one switch. Or actually, I guess it doesn't really raise up the switch, does it? It just kind of raises up the little connector piece so that the switch has power. I guess that makes sense. And alright, so now we need to pull these switches at the same time. There you go, Chewbacca. Good job. And that will lower the bridge so that we can actually get to the Millennium Falcon. And then we'll have to do one more shootout section. So that should be fun. I think we need R2-D2 again, if I remember correctly. Because I think, yep, this door is locked down. And we need R2-D2, okay. Open the panel. And here we go. This is the final area of the level. This should be pretty fun. So this is that bridge that we were able to open up in that room. I like how you can still see that room in the background, like with the two switches. That's cool. Alright, so let's destroy all these stormtroopers. We're going to have a massive shootout here. Oh man, this is crazy how many it spawns here. They just keep spawning. And for whatever reason, like, we can't just get into the ship now. We have to actually wait to kill all the stormtroopers in the vicinity before the characters can get into the ship for whatever reason. And here we go. Oh. Almost done here. And they just keep spawning, man. Oh, I like how they threw in another beach trooper. Oh, there's 2 beach troopers in this level. That's funny. Alright, let's get into the ship, and boom, that ends off episode 5. So there we go, we got this cool shootout. Yeah, we got Lando. Look, it looks like his blaster... Okay, where did he get that rocket? And the rocket only destroyed one of them? Like, come on, that was weak, Lando. But it looked like Lando, like, ran out of ammo in his blaster. Like, what? I didn't know the blasters could run out of ammo. Like Princess Leia, she's, like, trying to steer the ship. And she's like, oh no, what about Luke? And that's the Princess Leia prisoner outfit. You notice how Princess Leia actually changed hairstyles from the gameplay into the cutscene, because she had the long hair when we were playing, and now she went back to her episode 4 hairstyle. I don't know if that's a glitch or what, because she still had the long hair in the movie at this scene, didn't she, when she was in the Falcon? I can't remember now. I definitely don't think she had that episode 4 hairstyle, so I think there's some sort of inaccuracy going on there. But alright, we got Luke, and that's it for episode 5. Oh, wait. We gotta finish the story. We got one more cutscene to watch, and then that'll be it. Yeah, this is pretty fun, playing through episode 5 again. Hopefully, this is a very important Star Wars movie, so hopefully it's pretty good in the Skywalker Saga. Again, I hope that fight with against Vader is really good. Hope they redo it and like make it a lot more cinematic. Maybe add some cool QuickTime events or something. I don't know. We'll have to see what they do. And look at Luke's outfit there. I don't think you can... Look at the hand starts freaking out. And I don't think you can't play as that droid back there, the medical droid, and you can't play as Luke Skywalker wearing the outfit that he's using right there. So maybe they'll have that outfit in the Skywalker Saga game. I'm not sure. I like how Lando's like adjusting the seat. And they fly off, and Luke and Leia and the droids stay here. And yeah, Han Solo is kind of lost for the moment, so we'll have to see We'll have to try to get him back in episode 6. And that is going to be it for episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, for our LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy walkthrough, or playthrough, or revisit before Skywalker Saga, whatever you want to call this thing. And yeah, so be sure to subscribe, be notified when the next one comes out. We're going to be continuing on to episode 6, like I just said, Return of the Jedi. Should be pretty fun. And stay tuned for that. And like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment if you want to answer any of the questions I may have raised throughout this video. And yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time here on QuickBurt Games.